read this part. It was not the desire for Christians to continue to live in the world in the face of the tyranny of Rome and the subjugation of thousands by the military might of the pagan empire. They preferred to be with Christ, and their expectations centered on Christ. And that part reminded me of something from this other book. I barely made a dent in it, but The History of Christianity. What does it say? Paul Johnson. It's not Orthodox, but I got it before I was Orthodox. But in it, early on in it, he mentions how at the time of Christ, or like preceding the time of Christ, the Jews were basically trying to, were struggling to have identity and kind of like economic, I don't know if freedom is the right word, but economic fluidity. And they were kind of spread out, and so it was kind of hard being a Jew at the time, right? Um, that's kind of a more common knowledge, at least within Christianity, like especially within like the chosen. You see how Jews were treated and such, and what's it called? Which, having read that then, not so much reading this, but when I read that then, I remembered how in the book of Acts it talks about how the church came together, and everybody sold everything that they have, and nobody lacked anything, and so it it's seeing that Christ and the church was like a solution to the aforementioned problem, right? And that's kind of an angle I hadn't necessarily heard. I ended up getting lost in this part in the game. It's not like I said. It's kind of, I feel like it's like maybe cheaply developed, so it's kind of hard to figure out sometimes. But anyway, um, it just seemed to be like I said that Christ is like the solution to this problem. That there was a pivot, right? Um, in the world, or in that world, maybe in the Jewish world, or in the Jewish that evolved into Christianity. Um, yeah, so all of a sudden you have this new identity, um, economic fluidity type of thing. You know, now you have like, oh, this is my people, and not just Jews but also Gentiles, right? Um,